Even if you wanted one, there's no more Guardian Knights left. On March 15th, Avalon Hill gave us an update about the Guardian Knight. There's first this tweet: "Heads up, HeroQuest fans, we know you've been patiently asking about the commander of the Guardian Knights, and we have an update for you. Details are in our blog. HeroQuest concerning the Guardian Knight. Greetings, gamers. Today we have an update for you that we know many have been asking for, the future of the Commander of the Guardian Knights figure for the HeroQuest game system and how its launch has affected our release plans moving forward. Let's jump right in. First, let us apologize, as we are aware that many of you who pre-ordered the Commander of the Guardian Knights still have yet to receive it. Due to a shipping delay, a portion of the stock that was supposed to reach one of our vendors didn't receive its full allocation of figures. Thankfully, all the figures have arrived and we are hopeful the vendor will be able to start delivery soon. When this Commander of the Guardian Knights expansion was first conceived, we had no idea if fans would accept or reject the idea of an expansion that didn't already exist. Fan-made heroes have popped up on BoardGameGeek and various fan sites for years, but we were publishing the original North American version of HeroQuest nearly as is. Would fans be interested in something new? As it turns out, the answer was a resounding yes. They should have been able to predict that using the Mythic tier sales, however, that also included Keller's Keep and Return of the Witchlord, so that's why they probably were still uncertain. The Guardian Knight pre-order went live in November, and amazingly, it sold out in about a day. We were excited, astonished, and proud of our fans for such a supportive response. However, we soon saw the demand was even greater than expected, and we had originally only intended to make the one print run before moving on to the next project. The Commander was developed in cooperation with retail partners as a limited expansion to support the launch of the HeroQuest game system, and we didn't foresee such an incredible appetite for the figure. What this means is that we are not able to print another run of the Commander of the Guardian Knights figure as is. While the Guardian Knights still have a role to play in the larger story of HeroQuest, no more of the current figure can be produced. What this paragraph means to me is that while they can't technically produce another Commander of the Guardian Knights, there's nothing stopping them from introducing a Guardian Knight figure. If we take a look at the video, you can see just how many there are. There's technically nothing stopping them from creating a Guardian Knight figure that has a different look but still the same stats, thus allowing everyone to get the equivalent of this figure. We underestimated its popularity, and for that we offer an apology to our fans. We know we let you down, and you may rightfully be feeling frustrated with us. I'm not pretending to know what goes on inside a corporation, but I have two guesses. The first is that throughout the negotiation process, the retailers were maybe a little bit stingy about the amount of figures they wanted, just in case it didn't sell well and they were left with a bunch of useless inventory. The other option is that Hasbro really underestimated demand, and so they really needed to change their demand forecast. They probably should have taken into account that the people who bought into the Mythic tier would likely be buying these, as well as the people who are buying the base game and expansions at retail. To those of you still waiting for your figure, we expect you should see it soon. Your friendly local game store may also have some for sale, so please always consider shopping local. It's now April, but still on the HeroQuest subreddit, I noticed that somebody found one of these knights in their local game store, so please check them. We're also aware that scalpers are already selling the item online for well over our MSRP. The vendors we work with have had many protections in place to deter scalping, but please understand it's impossible to fully prevent such practices. The best way to eliminate scalping is to not purchase items from scalpers at exorbitant prices. One distinction I want to make here is that there's a difference from somebody buying 2 copies and then selling one, and somebody having 10 copies and selling them all. Yes, they're both trying to make a profit and maybe it's not ethically right, but there's a little bit of a difference between selling one extra that you got and selling what could be a whole store's worth. Looking forward, we believe HeroQuest has a bright future. We've hinted at the next release, and eagle-eyed viewers may have seen what we're up to at last year's PulseCon, that's also referring to Frozen Horror. We've also released 2 free downloadable quests, Roger's Hall and the Forsaken Tunnels of Zorzel, along with continued updates of the HeroQuest companion app, but we're already planning for much more after that. And knowing now just how excited our fans are, we have a better grasp on how large to make our print runs, and to be prepared for multiple runs if needed. Our goal is to improve our processes and products with every release, and listening to our fans is the best way for us to understand how to do so. We look forward to the exciting future of HeroQuest, and we hope you do too. If there's no more Guardian Knights, then what are people doing? Well, there's high quality scans of the cards already online, and all that people have to do is take a random knight miniature and proxy it in, and there you go, you have your Guardian Knight. So if Hasbro does release a new Guardian Knight figure, they will actually have lost some business because people will have found an alternative. That's one unfortunate reality of underestimating the demand. Despite what could be yet another major blunder in the re-release of HeroQuest, Hasbro/Avalon Hill is really trying to make things right, and they're learning from their past mistakes, as well as listening to the community. And I think that a few mistakes like this Guardian Knight are a good trade-off for having HeroQuest in the hands of many more people than before. If you want to see more HeroQuest content, click the video on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!